Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of DT Sports. This is Dizzor and welcome back. We just had another exciting Sunday, week 2 NFL action, and man, all I gotta say is look at those scores. There was a lot of points put up today, a lot of high-flying action. Also, a lot of big injuries on the day, so just kind of keeping peeled. I think what we got really going on is just not getting too much into that preseason, not getting enough into the training camps. Everybody defenses seem a little slow, and everybody kind of seems a little easy to bang up. Just kind of not hitting on all cylinders just yet. So seeing a lot of wild things kind of going on through week 2. Wasn't able to catch the afternoon games. Don't know what happened there yet. And we won't be getting to those just till the end of the week. I did spend most of the day kind of working behind the scenes, doing some prep stuff, not really paying attention to what's going on. Enjoying some family time. Don't really have anything to show off yet, but hey, we got some really fancy stuff built into the waiting now. It's all proper prize wheels out. I won't run myself into the ground too quickly. At least I hope not. Anyway, for now, since we weren't able to get another day of live stream, just kind of not hitting the equipment yet, not feeling prepared yet, so just spent the day getting a little more prepared, getting a little more work done. What we're going to be doing this week was we're going to be hitting about 3 games a day, and we're just going to try to pace this out at kind of a regular season kind of play pace in CBS Franchise Football, because that's what we're here today. And while we're playing our CBS Franchise Football, that kind of puts us at about 3 seasons every 2 days. That's kind of the optimal pace if you can squeeze it in, and we're going to try to do that to the best of our ability and kind of eke out some of the highlights, recap some of these games throughout the week, and help the NFL, what happens in real life, drive what happens on our team at random. And kind of as we're going, as we kind of switch over here and look at our team's really not doing too hot. It's been a little bit of a rough go. Kind of just trudging along through it. Definitely kind of just, I don't know, when you build teams at random based off of wheels instead of kind of optimally using your supplies when you need to, it may not fly as quite the way you want to, but I think we're trudging through. We're starting on the season 20. I haven't picked up any season 5 guys. I do have a couple spots on the roster, so it'll be kind of interesting to see how this goes. Definitely, as we get through a couple games tonight, we'll switch over to the picks. As we get through our 3 games tonight, maybe we'll pick up some supplies. Along the way, maybe a few players to help out. I don't like adding players mid-season, but We'll kind of see how this goes. We didn't get too far into it. I was trying to just put together the last little bit of the prize wheel, and this is the fantastic thing. Look at that. On the regular touchdown prize wheel, there's still a sliver, just a tiny sliver of a chance to get a limited edition player. That's kind of by design, as those dudes are expensive, and we definitely were pulling a lot of them over the last few days. Checking over on the other wheel, added some regular series players to that. We definitely need to be picking up on that. Tone down the season tokens a little bit. We're going through those a little bit too fast. And again, limited editions kind of thinned down a little bit. Not a lot in there that I want at the moment. So naturally, let's try not to pick up too many of those. We'll save those legend tokens till, a happier pack day. Anyway, this is how we're going to do this. We're going to go check out our picks of the week. We are picking against the spread over on ESPN. You can definitely join that league down below. There's a link down in the subscription if you'd like to kick my butt. It has not been a good season going thus far. I have been turning my football attentions a little bit more kind of to this thing when I've had time. So I haven't really been actually keeping as much up into the data and the stats. Not doing any fantasy leagues this year. I don't have that stress on me to maintain that team. Definitely been kind of an interesting year for fantasy. Like a lot more singular big games kind of going on than the standard spread. Like I mean, we're gonna start right off the bat. Atlanta did beat the spread against Dallas. I was kind of had them more over the win, but yeah, it's what a wild, freakish finish and way to melt down in the last minute, Atlanta. Not that you have any familiarity with that. So we kind of just gonna go through the game, not too much detail. What we got here is Atlanta was our pick against the spread. We did get the win there at the end of the day. So what we'll do is for every touchdown that Atlanta got, we're gonna spin this touchdown wheel of prize things one time. Once we get live, that'll happen live during the day, so it won't be just all back, boom, 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 boom. But hey, at the end of this, Atlanta did win against the spread, so we do get to pick and win on that, and so we will get to spin that wheel decider of pick and prize winning things. But yeah, let's just, take a note of the Dak Prescott 450, one touchdown. That doesn't include his 3 rushing touchdowns. That is a monstrous fantasy day. Just monstrous. I haven't heard what that comes out to, but yeah. Wow. Way to just take it yourself, Dak. Way to take it yourself. So again, Atlanta was our pick in this game, so we're going to be focused on Atlanta touchdowns, celebrating getting that victory, or making that progress towards that victory. And so here we go. Calvin Ridley, 22-yard pass from Matt Ryan. That's going to wind us up 5 exhibition games. We do have exhibition game spots on the wheel. I do kind of keep track of these behind the scenes. I do have to grab a pen. Never have a pen ready. I'm just going to make a couple notes as I'm going through this. Down the line, we will use this rate to effectively knock over our trade. It's kind of our rickety-hackety system that we got going on here. Just getting into this, so it's nothing fancy. Falls apart pretty easy. But we got exhibition games on there. That is our way that we keep our cash flowing, and that's definitely going to be important when we start opening lots of packs to have our cash flush. And we are stocked full, ready to go. We will keep track of this so that you do have a cash rate coming back out of your exhibition games, because that's an extremely important idea. And that's our 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Played 5 exhibition games. We got 3 cash. That is stacking us up. We're not doing so hot on the team. We do desperately need some play packs, some player packs. We need to improve. We just got to get going on this wheel. Hayden Hurst took a 42-yard touchdown pass, and that is worth a Series 5 player. That's good news. That is our current level. That is almost a guarantee to add to our team. So let's head over on to the store and check out those player packs. And pick up ourselves a Series 5 pack for $25 million in cash. Over here in the construction zone, this is where we'll get some Tableau things kind of going on around the line. In the meantime, we will still kind of flip over and add these right back into as we open them. We are trying to get all of this information. Most of what I'm building will work better with data, full and complete data. But, we'll have to take it as we get it. If you have this data sitting behind your scenes, not just having open all the players, we need base level data. Make sure they don't have any experience. Please send it my way. I will be happy to get that in there. Nicely formatted. I'll even love you. We'll give you a shout out. Hey, we got to get this data in there to make all of this data wizardry work. Barely sneaking in there as a linebacker. But that's what we got to do. Because the more data I got in there, the better this works. Right now, I got things working on average of overall packs that I've opened, because I just don't have the information there to tell. Hey, is this Buffalo linebacker going to be an improvement on the Buffalo linebackers I already got? I don't know. That's what I do behind the scenes, but we're trying to get there. We're trying to get that data in the scenes, and so it's good to add another ring. That thing will automatically update what I need to do. What's going to be the best types of players to add on. It's going to tell me who's the new San Diego guys when that team comes around. Is he going to be on that team? Where can I make those improvements? We're going to get into all that kinds of fun stuff, and it will automatically update these prize wheels for next time around. Just pulling those Series 5s guys out of the packs will update the weights on what is available. So it's all kind of just whiz-bang data. That's what I do. It's what I do. So Viz is coming soon. Hopefully we'll be able to even maybe, I've got some ideas about thinking about how to put a prize wheel in Tableau. Like how can I use that animation? It's amazing, isn't it? We could probably figure that out. Maybe somebody already has figured that out. I don't know. I'd be excited. Anyway, here we go. We are going to keep going on. Second quarter. We didn't see another touchdown. Though Calvin Ridley got a 3-yard pass from Matt Ryan. And a 2-point conversion fail at this point in the game. Atlanta was up 26-7. I was definitely feeling good about my pick. Spectacular even. We're going to go snag another Series 5 player. Get back down to that store. Open up that series pack. And flip back over and make sure we get him added in. And we got a defensive end, Bradley Chubb from Denver. Yeah, if I had all of this in there, we could just probably float over. I could keep track of this behind the scenes later on. And all I'd have to do is make a little hover, and you could see what kind of improvement Bradley Chubb would be offering to both my team and to the Broncos. He'd probably be replacing a 2.2 nobody that I probably wouldn't even bother to put into the game. But we are going to get a little upgrade there at defensive end. That is because we just jumped to Series 5, so each one of these guys should boost me up just a bit. That is what is unlocked at level 20. Kind of moving along, there was no more touchdowns. We're still don't have any kind of field goal things going on. If you guys have any ideas or would like to see a field goal prize wheel, please leave a comment below. We're always looking to add more things. And then it kind of came back down to the fourth quarter before the Falcons got a touchdown on the board again. They were all the way back, closed up to 29-24 until Russell Gage caught an 8-yard pass from Matt Ryan, and that gets us another spin of the touchdown wheel. And that is worth one offensive play. We definitely have those on the board as well. Let's go up and ourselves up a random offensive player pack. There are a lot of these to get through, and our offense is garbage at the moment. Just trash. So, definitely a good thing. Came out at the end of the game. That was the last touchdown the Falcons were able to put on the board, and then after that freakishly weird onside kick recovery, and the Cowboys were able to pull back that last minute field goal somehow. Just zip, like out of nowhere. Look at the wind probably just drop off the charts at the end of the game. It's impressive. Everybody's going to be replicating that little onside kick now. Everybody's going to be trying to figure out how to get the ball to spin just so. What a delightful kick that was. Nonetheless, Atlanta did win against the spread. We are playing spread week. I don't know why, but hey, we got to spin that wheel. This is mostly going to be Series 5 players. Again, these things will automatically update as things become available. I'm going to try to get moments patched into here at some point in time in the fair leading up and quick. Definitely maybe make some smaller slivers out of that. We're about to lose those limited editions, so we need something funky and big on there. But there is one more Series 5 player. We are racking those out because they are brand new. 59 out of 60 when we started this. One more Bronco. We are hitting the Broncos. We're hitting that AFC West. See, I don't even have to put the overall in there. We'll come back and get those later once I start making these spreadsheets a little bit more available and patching them up in Tableau because it's a little easier for data entry than to do it over and over again. Type more. We're going to just slot him into the left tackle. Don't pay too much attention to these in the early going. I'm just trying to get ahead. So that's Series 5. That was the Atlanta Falcons game that against Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys had a miraculous comeback. Dak Prescott just had like monster huge day. Really just kind of disappointed. Matty Ice, Atlanta Falcons continually not living up to expectations. They are fantastic quarterback, fantastically run franchise, and just not again, like last minute, little reminiscent of like a Super Bowl meltdown, like just how fast their fortunes changed. And take that little swig of water. Next up on our docket was Buffalo Bills against Miami Dolphins. My Buffalo Bills that is my team. We did get the win today. Didn't cover that spread. That's kind of frightening given where our defense is. A little worrisome as a Bills fan that defense isn't quite holding up to snuff. However, we're already at 15 minutes. Wow, we're already at 15 minutes. So we might hold that up to the game. But that defense just not looking like the Bills defense from last year just yet. And again, I think that is a thing across the NFL. Scores look high today. Scores looked high. I haven't gone through and checked any data on where we might be historically, but scores, I think people are putting up some points, and the defense is just not quite keeping up, not there yet, but still got the win out 2-0 here. The AFC West, it's ours, man. It's ours. We're gonna take it. And so we're going to start that out. One touchdown from Reggie Gillum, 1 yard pass from Josh Allen. Start off at one. We're going to pick up another offensive play. Reggie Gillum, your touchdown pass from Josh Allen is worth an I formation deep cross. You probably weren't running that route during a 1 yard pass play, but nonetheless, that is a nice addition to get down the kind of in the field. Do like those cross routes. They do tend to work pretty well in the game. Moving on in the second quarter, take the Bills up 14-7. Stephon Diggs got a 22-yard pass from Josh Allen. And that's Stephon Diggs' touchdown. Stephon Diggs did have a big day. We can kind of go pick up that highlight. 8 receptions, 153 yards. Big day. We're going to just kind of kick out another 5 exhibition games. That's all that 22-yard pass was worth. That one, I believe, was the one that occurred during or was that later on? There was a weird time of that game where it just like disappeared. The broadcast production truck wasn't working. Something was going on, and it was just kind of, there was nothing. And all of a sudden, it was like the score was different. Everybody was scoring touchdowns while I was away. Then there was a lightning delay later on for 45 minutes. Just a sluggish game. I think definitely Miami came out of that lightning delay a little stronger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes getting a second halftime right after the first halftime is pretty handy. We've seen that in the Super Bowl as well. There's our 5 games. Exhibition, we got 2 this time around. Didn't take long. There's another field goal for the Bills. And again, if you want to see some field goal prize wheels, we leave a comment below. We'll figure out how to get that into the game. Right then, it took down to the fourth quarter before we saw a couple more touchdown passes. First, a 6-yard pass to Gabriel Davis to get back into the lead after the Bills had gone down 20-17, and that took us back up 24-20. Gabriel Davis, your efforts were worth a Series 4 player. So Series 4 players, those could go either way. We definitely have some lower guys still on, so the Series 4 player could make the team. Otherwise, this is definitely, we want to pick up as many players kind of along the way as we can to try to fill in those event teams. So, even though Kenny Britt may not make the team right now, it's a good thing to just kind of pull a Kenny Britt card in case a Patriots event comes up. We may be able to use him in a slot, just get an extra card, get an extra bonus, whatever have you. It's good to have them along. And then they get up the Bills another one, 31-20. Josh Brown caught a 46-yard touchdown pass from Josh Allen, and John Brown has still got that speed. Oh, Stephon Diggs, Brown, Beasley, it's just looking dynamite so far. I mean, they looked sharp. That receiving core they're flying all over the place. It's incredible. I kind of feel like we should have a tackle in there that we already put in there. Am I going crazy here? Didn't we just enter this Garrett Bowles guy, or did I just lose my marbles? What the hell? Just what you've always wanted to watch. Guy getting confused about his data entry. We better go back and pick that up. We can't have things it's just going weird. Let's just make sure he's... What? Did I hit a Control Z? I don't think I hit Control Z. Garrett Boyles is on there. Player on active roster. Did he gain any experience out of that? No. Good. Good. So, wow, I don't know what's going on there. We'll try again. If first you don't succeed, just beat your head against the wall till you get it done. That has been what this YouTube adventure has been for me, for sure. Let's just beat your head against the wall. Make sure we get it in there. Oh, Kenny Britt will make the team. Ooh, let's just slide him into Chris Hogan. Make sure that algorithm, I guess, keeps working to some extent. That's kind of another thing that I could also go back and do, is make sure that I get all their upgrades in there. Just short up both tackles on the line. Don't know which way we want to go. He's got an entirely different skill set. Kind of surprised. I got some things planned on coming up to better give you guys a little quicker kind of appearance of what players might be good or bad at, kind of where they excel and don't. And so, like, this 8 is a really curious kind of standout down here. He's just really not a skill tackle. Don't remember what that does in game right now, but no worries. And again, that would be the end of the Bills game. It looks like we're trying to come back. I didn't quite catch the end of that, but looks like we must have covered an onside kick there probably at the end of the game. Pulled out a narrow Wiccan win down in South Beach, 31-28. However, that was not against the spread. The spread was 5.5 over the Dolphins. The defense did look a little sluggish today, giving up 28 points to not such a... To us, right? It's that Fitz magic. But, yeah. So, no, we don't get to spin this wheel. Last game up was Chicago Bears versus the New York Giants. I guess the other way around. Giants going to visit the Bears. Kind of a... not too exciting of a game, really. Get some sneezes out. Not a lot of high-powered offense, defense here. Not a lot of high expectations for these teams. I don't feel like Chicago Bears have been eking out wins, though. And, you know, I guess if you're playing against the Giants, that might be an easier thing to do. The Bears were our pick over the spread. The Giants were the 5.5-point favorite, and we picked the Giants, and they only lost by 4. I kind of figured that was going to be the case. I figured this would be just a low-scoring, slug-it-out affair down to like a field goal. Not a lot going on. In the course of that win, the Giants only got us 1 touchdown. That was a Dion Lewis 1-yard run. So that will get us 1 spin of the wheel for 1 defensive play. So let's spin over back to the store. Open up 1 defensive back. And dun dun dun. Pulling in the linebacker blitz on the nickel defense. That's a bring 6. That's an aggressive play. Have all your good secondary on the field and bring the front. All right. And so that would kind of conclude the Giants' trudge of a game there. I tacked on a couple field goals as well. Again, we don't have a field goal prize wheel, so leave a comment if you'd like to see one of those. Can't get too excited. Can't get too many sneak peeks either. You want to remember my picks? You need to go back and watch week 2 picks. Ha 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 ha. And we'll give you too many picks. But the Giants did get the win for me against the spread in the Pick'em League. So we do get to spin that big prize wheel of winning things. And we get to use 1 season token. Dear God. All right, here we go. We've got a new short up team. We did pull quite a few 5 and series 5 players out of that. So we probably short up our team a little bit, particularly at the tackle. And let's just keep moving this thing forward. I'm not doing anything too fancy. Don't got a lot going on in my playbook. I probably need to go back through that again. I'm sure I've added quite a few plays since the last time I've looked. But, hey, let's just take care of business and power through this. Definitely kind of being available to pick the plays and just pick your bread and butter will do you a lot better in the league than just kind of hands off in it. A little bit more of a guarantee, and as the game does get more difficult, definitely customizing, making sure you're picking your playbook to sort of exploit some holes or weaknesses in the other person's playbook. Very, very important in the game, in the long run of the game. Right now, it's just kind of a random hodgepodge of scrubs, and that's going to be kind of how it is for a very, very long time. This game takes a while. Years. Several hundred years. So, what we're doing here today, we are going to pass on for generations and generations and generations. It's a lot of work. So, really, it kind of starts ramping up once you get to the legend players. Then you start to have the ability to unlock some ultimates. That is kind of the big end game. We will be focusing on trying to build up and making sure we get the level 5 ultimates once we get to legend level 10 and making sure that's all shored up. Hopefully we'll still have some supplies to be able to, take care of some business. I don't know. It's going to be kind of a tricky little ordeal to, use a lot of supplies, maybe a little bit more than I would normally use, particularly at this stage in the game, kind of randomly, instead of making a focused attack to kind of get there. That is why we do have a season tokens pretty heavily on the board, and why we're readily just jump into one right now, even though it is late at night and the game was already kind of going. We want to make sure we get to level 50 as soon as possible and start collecting those showdown points. For one, that will definitely be an extra resource of just super wealth when we need it. To tap kind of big into some of those Legend 5 players that we'll be kind of collecting along the way. And hopefully get us some more season passes as we need, because that's going to be important as well. It also gets tricky when we're kind of targeting, we did pull three packs. I kind of screwed the pooch. I did not take care of Seasons 2's business. I did want a Steve Largent card. I just didn't get to it. Trying to make this all dramatic and fun for you guys, the fans that really aren't there yet, and I missed out on Steve Largent. That being said, coming back around to pack 3, nothing really interesting in there, but we have pulled 3 cards out of that at random. Definitely probably needed the boosts on the team. It's definitely going to say that's not going to hurt. It'll be kind of interesting once I start building some of the ultimate weighting back into the wheel, back into our moments especially, back into kind of the overall needs and targeting some other players, and how that's going to work out on future limited editions, and maybe some of these weekly purchase packs. It's going to be really kind of exciting, and hopefully that focuses. The big thing we're still really missing is this back access to all the former limited edition packs, and I don't know how they're going to do that. They need to do that soon. It's kind of a nuisance. It's one of my frustrations and why I probably lost interest the last time I gave a go at this version of the game. Because, without that there, it's just not all right. It's really, you need that element of the game to go back and somehow work towards those past LEs. There is a lot of strategy into just understanding where to target. Really, I feel like that is a huge strategy in a card collecting game, is where to target your efforts, and we're kind of being robbed of that at the moment. So that is my big picture. Please leave comments for CBS. Tell them, hey, we need this as soon as possible. Add it in. It's time. You're raking in the money off of like really high price microtransactions. So give us that feature back. Find a way to even make money off of it if you have to. I mean, people want those pack cards. And so that is the complete season. We will just pop out over here real quick to another little kind of window somewhere that I got open. I can find it. And I gotta jump in there and get that data screenshotted. I do want to keep all of this because I will put that all up for you eventually as well. So I'm going to come just down here and grab some standing screenshots. Kind of behind the scenes, it would be these ones that I'm clipping right here, except I'm taking those off of Firefox and I can't see any of my buttons because I do not have a good setup right now. I'm going to slap that in there, jump over and get this. Stats, no games played this season. You're kidding me. You're just got that weird database thing that makes me refresh all the time. It doesn't handle playing on 2 different platforms at the same time. This is, again, CBS Franchise Sports, links for iOS and Android and the web down below. They have all 3 formats now. They do also have a Facebook group. That is a community that took a while to kind of show up for this game. They didn't have any way for us to communicate for a while. It's definitely kept, resources from being built like our spreadsheets. The other thing I went over and we clipped the stats. Nothing too exciting yet. Josh McCown definitely looking more than he would. Well, 32 and 20. That's pretty rough right there. I don't know. Don't run the ball much. Don't have a lot of running plays in there right now. As you definitely could see with the target audience, don't really have a great playbook yet. Nothing exciting going on in the stats, but that's going to be that conclusion. Got everything seasoned up, so let's go claim those rewards. Make all that data disappear forever. Make sure it's just not hiding behind. Sometimes the data does get stuck behind the computer. It's important to go look. Make sure that the data is powered on. Get another season started, so this one will be all finished up tomorrow when we start. We're going to be shooting for a tomorrow evening game. It's going to be an early evening when we come back in. I will be picking up all of the maintenance stuff in the meantime. This was another 30-minute, hugely long video. We're going to still get these packs open. This was our reward for the Giants beating the spread, was to play the season and get these packs. Wow. Another linebacker, 27.8. Just edging it out. 36, 43, 14, 31, and 15. I probably will just throw him in the lineup, even though he's not going to be a huge upgrade, just to keep things running a little bit more smoothly. Every little point on the field right now is definitely worth it. Get one more season pack open. And we definitely needed a guard. Guard was a place where I think I was still sitting way down and having kind of a Series 1 guy on there. Haven't been pulling many guards, so that is a happy find. Another Bronco lineman as well. The Broncos are flying out of the pack. Must have a Bronco event coming up soon. Well, there we go. Left guard. He is replacing one. What a magic find. Definitely pulling up in probably 20 million cash just to go along. Doesn't quite give you the full 25 million the second time around. Leaves you a little strapped. And so there we are. We are off to level 21 thanks to the Bears. Used all our exhibition games. Great. We didn't have to buy more. Unlocked tons of season 5 packs. We pulled out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, and I only had 1. So we pulled 6 packs. Definitely upgraded the team. Kind of went up a couple points. Good to have. Good to have. Making that progress. Pulled a few Denver players. And is that like, that's just what I got to check right away. We got a Denver event coming up soon. Is that, no, just pulling on Denver players left and right for no reason. All right. well, that's going to be it for this episode. Oh, that's my camera. I can't see anything. I just have too much stuff, not enough monitors, and it's just fantastic. Look at this cluttered screen we got going on right now. Isn't it fantastic? All that clutter. And someday it'll be overlays. It'll look nicer, I promise. And so, you know, we're learning, we're discovering, we're having a good time. We just popped off a 35-minute video. Again, just maybe a little bit too long. So it's hard to get a lot into these. We'll trying to compact it, move it through, not yammer as much. I think that's definitely a big thing we're trying to do. Is just gotta quit the yammering. Still doing the yammering. But thank you for watching. This has been DT Sports. This is Week 2 NFL recap. We just ran through the Atlanta Falcons versus Cowboys, Bills versus Dolphins, and Giants versus Bears. And my picks for the week and how those touchdowns came out. Definitely made some progress tonight. Feeling a little bit better about kind of the new format and how the weighting's working out. Definitely got some Season 5 players, which we really needed to kind of, keep the team growing as we level up. And that's really important. So tune in tomorrow night. We will have another video coming up, a Week 2 Part 2 recap. We'll be running through a few more games before the big Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football is going to be exciting. We got a hot Saints offense going in. Chucky's looking sharp. Got his team the way he wants. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I think it's going to be a big shootout. Again, defense is not looking sharp. So, looking forward to see you back tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Tell me what you love. If you're feeling really optimistic about where we're going, buy me a cup of coffee. Thank you. This has been another Dizzor Twizzle production. This is DT Sports. Have a great evening.